Little did I know. From shadows to light, my story.
Chapter 1. From Shadows to First Light. Born into chaos and love in Cahos, David, the youngest of the Liddle triplets, learns early that memory, shame, class, faith, music, and masculinity will tug him in different directions. Yet the pull toward gentleness and purpose keeps showing through. Patchouli, Candlelight, and the summer of 1970. A child's glimpse into a changing world. I can still see it in my mind's eye, the flickering candle perched delicately on a plastic plate, the kind that later melted in the oven during a kitchen mishap that became legendary in our family. But on that day, at my second birthday party, it held magic. I remember sitting at the table captured in that old photograph, face sticky with frosting, eyes wide with wonder, surrounded by the cheerful chaos of children, cake, and celebration. Funny how the image in my memory is different than the one frozen in the photo. In my mind, the light was golden, warm, and full of motion. Aunt Donna's scent, patchouli I think, lingers in the air even now if I close my eyes long enough. She's in the picture too, smiling gently while holding my cousin Scotty. And there I am, the little boy in the green striped sweater, blissfully unaware of anything beyond that next sweet bite. That smell, that moment, still lives somewhere in me, as fresh as the day it happened. Not long after, there was another memory that marked a shift in my childhood. Less sugary, more confusing. We were packed into the back of a Ford Custom station wagon, headed to a church unlike any I'd ever known. It was summer, 1970. I remember driving under a train trestle as the sky turned amber with sunset, tension thick in the car. Mom was nagging Dad about being lost, and I could feel the anxiety swirling around me like static. This wasn't St. Mary's, and I wasn't with Sharon, my sister, my godmother, and my spiritual compass. I missed her terribly. The church itself looked more like a barn than a house of God, with pews scattered beneath exposed rafters and a makeshift podium at the front. The people were warm but unfamiliar, dressed in country garb that reminded me of the show Hee Haw, all denim, gingham, and big friendly smiles. They smelled different too, like a mix of aftershave, dust, and strong perfume. It was also new, and I didn't quite know what to make of it. What stands out most from that day wasn't the service or the songs, but the baptism. Dad and I were led into a back room where we quietly changed into robes. I remember how strange and exposed I felt, especially seeing my father undressed. His body seemed like a foreign thing to me then, hairy and monstrous in its adultness, something my young mind couldn't quite comprehend. I was shivering before I even stepped near the water. The fear wasn't about faith or ceremony. It came from a memory much closer to home. My sister Sharon washing my hair in the kitchen sink, and the panic I felt when I inhaled water through my nose. That sensation stayed with me for years. Still, when the time came, Dad showed me what to do. Plug your nose, lean back. The man in robes placed one hand behind my neck, another on my forehead, and with a swift motion I was submerged and lifted out again. That wasn't so bad, I remember thinking, water dripping from my lashes, the sting of fear slowly replaced by the warmth of his smile. Little did I know that I was just born again. Thank you for spending this time with me, the Pussycat Wizard. These moments we share, whether in shadows or in light, are threads in a much larger story, one I'm honored to tell with you beside me. As always, the journey continues. The next chapter subsection is waiting, and I'd be honored if you'd walk with me a little further down this road. Until then, keep the wonder alive. And I'll see you in the next episode of Little Did I Know.
If it's a moment you're after, let's give this a shot. 3 quick breaths in through the nose, believe it or not. It will render you happy in the sunshine of the day. I love living in Bisbee and no, I am not gay. The flowers do smell so wonderful in spring. I sit on my porch, a throne for a king. My libido is for magic, man or woman it's not. So celibacy, I'm after magic mushrooms and pot. It's my life, I've chosen, like it or not. Bullfrogs and butterflies, Aunt Ruth, she had wrote, if music's like living, then I love every note. Bullfrogs and butterflies and plenty of pot. In the streets of Cohoes, where I call my home, with Sharon, Debbie, Doreen, James, and William, we all roam. From the block to the park, we never walked alone. Through thick and thin, siblings forever tightly sewn. Playing ball in the playground under the summer sun, running through the alleys, feeling free and young where the Hudson River flows. We found our fun. Cohoes, the small town where childhood begun. I sit on my porch, a throne for a king. My libido is for magic, man or woman, and it's not. So celibacy, I'm after magic mushrooms and pot. It's my life, I have chosen, like it or not.